Hi guys, I'm Debbie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be a best of many, and for this one I'm going to be talking about my story or my testimony of how I found God. Yes, in the midst of being abducted and everything. So predominantly the two religions in Nigeria are Christianity and Muslims. So I usually would be asked, if you were not born in a Christian home, would you be a Christian? And yeah, 10 years ago I would say no. Yeah, but after my experience, my walk, I can say that even if I wasn't born in a Christian home, because I was born, my mom was a pastor and everything. So yeah, even if I wasn't born in a Christian home, I believe that I would still be a Christian because of my walk with God. It's just like how the Samaritan woman met Jesus and she went into the village and told everyone, oh, come and see a man that has told me a lot about myself. And when they came and they met Jesus for themselves, they said, we now believe him, not based on your testimony, but based on meeting him and experiencing him for ourselves. So it just takes you experiencing him for yourself. Well, it wasn't like a straight cut journey into salvation, to be honest. When I lost my mom, I was angry with God, and she died of cancer. She was believing God for healing, and she was a pastor, so it was all manner of confusion. And I was 13, so I decided, let's just pack this all up and leave it there. I don't want to have anything to do with God and all that. But God still wanted something to do with me, apparently. And so I would go on to university, and do everything, live my life, drinking, clubbing, and whatnot. And after that, graduated, started my NYSC, and in the midst of serving, in the NYSC, I went out to club that night. I had a short dress on. I'd been drinking a lot, and I was in the club and drank some more. And then I was like, I'm big, I'm tired, and I wanted to leave. But my friend wasn't ready to leave. So the tea was, she was gonna meet me after she was done clubbing, and I was already done because I drank a lot. And so I come out of the club, and the next best taxi just walks up to me and he's like, oh, are you looking for a lift? I said, yeah, sure. And I get in his car, not knowing that he was a pimp, right? And this guy takes me to, I wasn't really familiar with Abuja then. I just was just doing my service. So he takes me to wherever, but I think was Gwarimpa. And there was someone else in the car. I'm not quite sure how they got in there, because it was a private car that I got for myself, I thought. And this person was sat as well from the club to wherever in Gwarimpa. And then the guy comes out of the car. This is where it gets intense. And disclaimer, it might trigger you or not, but just a disclaimer, you don't have to watch this video alone. I'm even shaking. Yeah, let's sip some tea. Right. So, and then we go, right in the right in front of a house, and the guy's like, he comes out of the car. Then the driver comes out and they have a conversation, and the driver comes back to me and he says, my Oga says you should come down. So Oga is like, boss, my Oga says you should get down. And then I'm like, get down to where? This is 3 a.m. mind you. And so I'm like, I'm not getting down. And he feeds that back to the guy, and the guy comes to me directly and he's like, get down from the car. Like very sternly, very just like that, get down. And I start scrambling for my phone, and I get my phone, I see my battery is dead, my phone is dead. So there is no way to get out of this. And I'm like, I just go into myself and I blank out. I'm just like, God, please save me. I just said that prayer, and I was like, because I knew that God had been calling me from then. Before then, I knew that God had been calling me because I felt very uncomfortable in what I was doing. I knew that, whatever lifestyle I was living wasn't right. And it was just a matter of time. But I couldn't let go of the things that the things that I was now fond of doing. I couldn't let go of clubbing. I couldn't let go of drinking. I was such an alcoholic. Like every day I drink a lot, and if I don't get drunk, I get people drunk, so that I'm happy seeing people drunk. So I knew that what I was doing wasn't right, and I knew that there was just a limited time for that, and it's gonna be over soon. So I think, because I don't know, maybe I wanted something dramatic to happen, and I was just like, okay, God, you have to cut me off. I made a random statement one day. I'm like, if you want me to stop, then you have to seriously cut me off. You have to, I don't know, maybe just destroy alcohol in the world, and then I will not have any alcohol to drink. But if I see it, I'm drinking it. If I don't see it, I'm getting it, And then, so when this happened, I just reflect back on this moment, and I'm like, God, please, you have to save me, because I now fully understood what this situation was, because this guy was going to pimp me to this other guy who, just sleeps with random girls. So, and I'm like, God, you have to save me. I will serve you. I will do anything you want me to do. Anything. I will serve you with all my life, with everything I have. I will never drink again. I will never club again. And I started saying all those things, in my heart, and just praying under my breath. And the beauty of that moment is exactly how the Bible says it in Romans 10 verse 13, where he says, everyone that calls upon the name of the Lord will be saved. Everyone who calls upon the name of the Lord. You don't have to be a child of God yet. If you call upon the name of the Lord, you will be saved. And it also says in Psalms 139 from verse 7 downwards, it says, where can I go from your presence, Lord? Even in hell, you will find me. So you don't even have to, I didn't have to come to church and say, God, please save me. No, I just had to just be where I was and just say, God, please save me. And he saved me. Let me tell you what happened. So I'm praying under my breath, and this guy is just like, get down of the car, get down from the car. And in literally 2 seconds, something just switched, and he's just like, carried this girl comot for here. As in, he just started getting very upset. Listen, he wasn't getting upset at my prayer. He didn't see me praying. I was praying inside myself. So he didn't see me praying, but something switched in that moment. And he just went like, take this girl away from here. Take this girl away from here. And the driver was confused. He was so confused. And he drove away. Took me to my doorstep in my house. And listen, I didn't know how long this took, but by the time we got home, it was already bright. And he walked me, I was living at the penthouse. He walked me all the way up, no elevators. We walked up the stairs. He walked me up the stairs, made sure I was okay. This pimp guy made sure I was okay, dropped me at my door. And as the door opened, everyone, my loved ones, everyone was just like, where have I been? The police was there, and I just reported the guy, and he just got arrested. That was what happened, guys. And listen, from that moment on, I knew that God was real, and he started to do really dramatic things in my life, to get me. But I was just like, I'm not going to be put in that place where, it has to be so dramatic before I can, attend to God, or I can hear God or anything. So I'm just gonna say to you, if you're watching this and you're struggling, you think, okay, you're very far off, or you don't think that where you are, God can hear you. I promise you, God can hear you. Whatever you're doing, God can hear you. And I don't want you to allow things to get very dramatic, and you're in a fix, and then obviously God has to save you. But don't wait. So if you've watched this video and it really resonates with you, I'm gonna say a prayer for you, and I'm just excited for the work that God is gonna start in your life. And you don't have to know what's gonna happen, you don't have to have it all figured out, because this is 10 years ago. This story is 10 years ago. It's 10 years old. And since then, I've never regretted taking that step of salvation, that step that I know that God has got me every time. Even when, I still make mistakes, I know God has got me. So I'm going to say this prayer. Father, Lord, to all those watching that believe that, they are called by you, and even the ones that don't think you exist or don't think they are called by you, Lord, I pray that they would have that conviction to surrender to you right now, even as they're listening, as they're watching, that they are surrendering, that their hearts are open to receive you, to receive you, to know you, to love you, and they feel your love over their hearts in the name of Jesus. So you have a blessed day, and thank you for watching. Hope to see you in my next video. Thank you guys for watching. So I will be sharing more of my testimonies, my walk with God, and some Bible studies. So please subscribe and share and like. Thank you.